Aw, freak out! You freak, says she. Freak out!
Hey guys, I'm going to do another review. Yes, in the same outfit if you watched my Twilight graphic novel review. I'm actually doing this for the second time because my camera, the whole time I'm recording, I thought it was recording and it totally wasn't. So, But anyway, this is on Willow by Julia Hoban, Hoban, and I give it 3 to 3.5 stars. It's a good book, but and if you like dramas and like stories about real people and real situations, then it's definitely a book for you. The only reason I would just, for me, give it a 3 to 3.5 is I am such a big fantasy girl. I am a fantasy junkie, and I'm not afraid to admit it. So it's really hard for me to read about regular people and regular situations because I feel like, you know, I'd rather read and dive into a world that I can't really go into in my own life. Granted, this was a situation that I have not been in, and it kind of explains, you know, why someone would end up cutting themselves and that kind of thing, but nothing. I kept waiting on something to happen, like maybe, and this is a tiny spoiler, tiny spoiler. I'm not saying what's happening, or what happened, but I kept waiting on maybe her to go in the hospital or cut herself too bad. I mean, just something to happen, and it really didn't. It really is just a drama about this girl. It kind of reminded me of an after-school special kind of thing, show on TV, which I love those at times, but I love the characters, so it was a good book. I love the characters. I love Willow. I love, she makes several friends, and a guy named Guy, and they become friends, and I really enjoyed it when I was listening to it, but for me it just wasn't really my thing. It's not my favorite kind of book, let's put it that way, but if I were into real life stories and drama, this would be really a top pick, because it is, like I said, if you're into dramas and real life stories about real people, where nobody's going to turn into a vampire, nobody's a prince or a princess that they, you know, grew up as an orphan and didn't realize they were a wizard. That's not going to happen here, but it is a good book. It's well written, I thought. But let's talk a little bit about the cover. See that girl on the cover? It's very drawing. I love this cover. As soon as I saw this cover in a bookstore, before I even heard about the book, I had to pick it up and see what it was about. First of all, I love the title Willow, and that's the girl's name, but I love the title because she kind of looks, you know, depressed, and she's kind of into herself, and you think, oh, what's up with her? But I will say also that the girl that they describe in the book kept kind of throwing me off from this girl, because when you see a girl like this on the cover, you tend to think, or at least I think, that that's the main character, and I'm supposing still that it is. Yet they talk about also her having her hair braided, and it seems like she has long hair, and this girl seems like she has short, choppy hair. And so I don't know if that bothers you guys. Comment below and tell me, but for me, that kind of messes me up. It's like, I wish they would always, whoever's on the cover, make her cool, and then, you know, but also true to the book. You know, I hate, like, when the cover on here, like, she's got maybe blonde hair, and then it says, I know there's a book out there not too long ago we were reading, she's got blonde hair, and it says she has a purple stripe in her hair, but on the cover she doesn't. She just has blonde hair. So I don't know why that probably shouldn't even bother me, but it does. So, but I do like this cover. So I think that's all I really have to say about it. It's about a real issue, a girl that cuts herself, and why it kind of explains to you why someone could get to that place in her life, and how she tries to overcome it, how people try to give her help, and that kind of thing. So, like I said, I think it was pretty good written. I enjoyed it when I was listening to it, but it's just not, it's not a favorite of mine because it's not a big romance or a big fantasy kind of book, which is my total favorite. So I give this 3 to 3.5 stars, and I really recommend it to people who like real stories about real people. That's for you. If you're a big fantasy girl like me, you're probably going to be kind of bored on it because nothing really happens. It's more of just a drama like that goes on about her life and how she gets through. So kind of reminds me of like an after school special. I don't know if I said that yet. If I did, then you can smack me. So there's that. So let me know if you've read it and what you thought about it. So like I said, I listened to it, and one thing, I wasn't real crazy about the voice, how she read it. She seemed to, so I think I might have even liked the book a little bit better if I would have actually read it myself, because, you know, that can mess you up when you don't like the voice or how they read it. It seemed like when the guy that was named Guy that met Willow, it seemed like when he was reading to her, listen at me, I'm so obsessed with reading. When he talked to her, he like always had this kind of sharpness attitude or something. I don't know how she read it, and it didn't, I wouldn't have read it like that in my mind. So, and they seemed to say whatever a lot, so that bothered me a little bit. But overall, it is a good book. I'm glad I read it. I'm glad I got to experience it. So, hope you guys liked the review, and happy reading. Oh, you know what? One more thing. I said I would show you guys maybe something each video, different things I had. This is my necklace that I'm wearing today. Isn't that cute? It's got all different sizes of hearts all up and down the chain. Yay! Alright, I've bored you enough. Happy reading. Bye.